and welcome back to another tea time. You know the vibes, divine destiny. What you sipping on? I am sipping on a dandelion chai tea. Okay, put a little cinnamon, a little creamer up in there, and I made it a little dirty because it's one of them days. With that being said, y'all about to catch all my thoughts on coffee, my brain on coffee. Amen. So that's what we're here for, and it is what it is. Okay. With that being said, we're talking about energy today. So let me ask you this. Where is your energy flowing? Are you conscious of where your energy is going? Or are you unconscious of where your energy is going? And I feel like in 2025, okay, in the big age of Aquarius, it is so crucial to understand where your energy is going, especially right now, right? Recognizing that like energy is currency. Our energy is our purest form, our most potent form of currency. And what you pour your energy into is where your momentum, where your power is gonna go. So let's dive into it. Oh my god, my lock tried to drink my tea. Anywho, I got some notes down here. So if you see me looking down, you know why. However, this is really just gonna be a free flow kind of thing. So welcome to my unhinged thoughts. Yeah, let's get it. As I said, energy is our most precious currency, and where we put our energy is where everything else is going to flow, right? Our time, our power is going to flow. What we put our focus, our energy into, right? So I can only speak from personal experience. So here we go, tea time. Let's get personal. I wanna get personal. All right. So speaking from like a more spiritual point of view, I can take it back to like when I first started my spiritual journey, right? And my beginning of my spiritual journey was very much me trying to change my circumstances on a physical. So it was like always focused on making motion, making change in the physical. And with that being said, like on a personal note, right? Changing my own self in the physical. With that being said, I was so focused on changing my mindsets, my habits, my ideologies, my like actual living space and the people and the places I frequent, right? So I didn't have anything to like hold on to. I didn't have anything to ground myself in, and like that was my biggest mistake, I would say, just because like if I'm not grounded in my own like physical reality because I wanted to change it so much, I was creating like an imbalance within myself. 333 on my timer as I say that. Thank you, spirit. It's like I was learning how to be the co-creator of my own life. I was learning how to connect spiritually, but I didn't have the guidance or the knowledge to know that I needed to root myself. I needed to ground myself physically before I could just get all astrological with it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely created an imbalance for myself there for a while. And then as I was like moving through my spiritual journey and like learning and growing more, that's when I, learned to balance myself out. But even there, not really, because like I had deepened my spiritual practice, and now it's less of I'm trying to change my physical reality to match what my imagination is creating for me, right? um it was more so like I'm now trying to connect with spirit, and I now recognize the gifts and the power it is that I hold as a spiritual being in this world. So I'm trying to tap into that, and still I was imbalanced because my focus was just always on spiritual. My mind was always on spiritual, so it was like I was losing touch with like actual reality. I was Look, okay, me, your girl, I head in the clouds. I live there. I live to have my head in the clouds, right? But also with that, you have to have your feet on the ground. You got to do both. You can't be one or the other. And it was like I was so far ahead in the clouds that like my feet were the work. What is the ground, right? So I was creating a spiritual imbalance for myself, and I was losing touch with reality in the fact that like I was more detached from the people that I love, the things that I like have interest and passion in. Like I was losing passion and fire and spark for those things, or like just disconnected from my relationships, from reality for real, because I was so up in the spiritual realms. Do you know what I'm saying? So I had to find a balance of like, how do I bring my focus within my spiritual practice and keep my focus in my physical world so that I can manifest, co-create, and live, right? We're all spiritual beings, but we also live here on this physical world type shit. So you have to learn how to balance both, right? So let's really talk about it. Let's really jump into it, right? Because if let's think about our chakras. There are 7 energy centers within our body, right? The root is at the bottom, the crown is at the top. So me personally, when I first started my spiritual journey, my root was not open. It wasn't rotating in the right ways, you know what I'm saying? It was just not, I was not grounded in my root chakra. And so it was like, if you could think of a funnel where like the root is closed and then the spiritual was open, just open wide as hell, that's creating an imbalance, right? And then even in the beginning, when I was like learning spirituality, my crown was closed, but my root was wide open because I was trying to figure out life, literally. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's also creating an imbalance, or you more so want like an hourglass? Hourglass body on a spiritual level. Do you feel me? Hourglass body in the chakra system is what we're looking for, right? So now moving forward, finding out how important it is to have that balance and really moving with that balance and learning how to maneuver in that balance. I think now I get it, right? Now I understand that like you have to practice the art of detachment. Okay? You can't be too attached to the things it is that you want to see manifesting here in the physical level. You also can't be too attached to the manifestations and the spiritual energy that you're sending out or receiving, right? You have to learn how to find that balance. So it's more so like, instead of using all of my focus and energy from my root chakra and trying to create a physical world, or using all my focus and energy in my spiritual, my crown chakra, and focusing more on tapping into spirit to create what I wanted to see in the physical world, right? That was always the goal. It's like, I want to create the world I want to see around me. I am the co-creator and I know that, but I didn't know how to solidify that energy and make it reality here in the physical, right? So I think the biggest thing for me was learning how to balance and recognizing like, you want your crown open, you want your root open, and you need to live from the center, right? So whatever it is you're receiving or pouring out from your spiritual, right? You cannot be so focused on the spiritual realm that you're not here in the physical. Whereas also, you can't be so focused on the physical realm that you're not open to the spiritual, right? So I had to learn how to be here physically grounded and open to my reality as is, because part of being grounded is remaining present. part of being grounded is remaining present. I had to say that again for myself personally. But part of being grounded is remaining present. And you can't do that if you're so caught up and consumed in the spiritual realm, right? So I had to learn how to be detached from the things I was trying to manifest, and also how to be detached from the reality that I was seeing while also being grounded in that reality, right? It's a very delicate balance. It's a very thin line, you know what I'm saying? To sit here and say, I want to create this life for myself. I want to make these changes and become this person, or jump into this new thing, or create this reality for myself. This is where I am and this is where I want to get, right? Point A to point Z. You have to ground yourself at point A because that's where you are. Even though you want to be at point Z, and you can see, right, in your mind's eye, in your dreams, you can see point Z, you have to be grounded in point A. You have to be able to accept I'm at point A. 11:11 on my timer when I say that. You have to be able to accept I'm at point A. And the only thing I can control is taking small steps forward every day to reach point Z. But I have to be grounded in every day. I have to be rooted in where I am. Whether I'm in A or B or C or F, you feel me? Like whatever point you are at, you have to be accepting of that. And be okay with the fact that you're not at Z yet. Because it's all part of the journey, right? You started at A to get to Z. So you can't be mad that you're at A, or you're ungrounding yourself. You're unrooting yourself from the reality that is. So it's about acceptance. It's about detachment and just saying, okay, this is where I am. I accept that. But that does not mean that I have to live in this space. That does not mean that I have to be stuck at A when I know for a fact I am deserving of Z. Do you know what I'm saying? 12:21 on my timer. When I know for a fact I am capable of Z, I don't have to be stuck at A, but I can absolutely accept that I'm at A. I can be thankful for the fact that I recognize that I'm at A. I can be thankful for the intuition and the idea to get to Z. But I have to go through these steps every day, A through Z. There is no skipping steps. You got to be present for every step to manifest the life it is that you really want to see for yourself. You have to accept every step it is that you take, every step you find yourself in, right? Every milestone, every roadblock, right? Every speed bump. You have to be willing to accept these things as they come and flow, because they're all happening for a reason, right? If I'm at A and I'm trying to get to Z, I can't focus on Z and expect that A through Y are going to go as smoothly as possible, or expect that it's character development for real. The A through Z, getting to Z is the pinnacle. That's what you're looking for. But A through Y is your character development, so that when you get to Z, you are ready to receive it. You know how to handle it once you've got it, so that you don't get these blessings or step into this new timeline, this new version of yourself, right? This manifestation, you get it, and now you don't know what to do with it, and you mishandle it, you misuse it, you abuse it. And now you're back at point A, right? Which is why we have to go through these steps. So it really is just getting present with you, keep your focus on the end goal, but also remaining present enough to keep your focus on what is occurring every day to get you to that end goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. If you follow me on Instagram, we touched on this a little bit. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. You feel me? That link is somewhere on my profile. Link in the bio. Okay? Follow me on Instagram. I'll be going up there anyway. If you follow me on Instagram, though, I touched on this a little while ago, just how everything that's occurring right now in the world outside of yourself is trying to get your energy, your focus, and your attention to remain outside of yourself, right? Because where your energy, your focus, and your attention goes, your momentum, your power is gonna flow. Especially like everything that's happening in the world right now is occurring to pull your focus outside of yourself, outside of your manifestations, outside of your growth, of your healing, of the abundance it is that you're calling into yourself, of the blessings it is that you're calling into yourself. Because if your focus is out anywhere else, okay, you're not grounded. You're not grounding yourself in your present A through Z. You feel me? And so Spirit is heavily putting it on my heart just to encourage you. Like, no, I don't care if you're at point A. I don't care if you're somewhere in the middle. I don't care if you're right there at the precipice of stepping into Z, okay? You got to stay focused on what it is that you are calling into yourself, what it is that you are manifesting, what it is that you're stepping into, right? The changes, the healing it is that you're moving through at this time. Stay focused on that, because I promise you, everything else that's happening outside of you is occurring to pull you out of it, okay? This is a spiritual war. We are at spiritual warfare at its finest. And just so you know, it's a spiritual war, but the attacks are happening psychologically. The attacks are happening emotionally, right? Especially like the external world is going to throw so much shit at you so that your mental and emotional is just frazzled, so that you can't stay focused, so that you can't stay grounded within yourself. Baby, please stay focused. Stay focused within yourself, right? On like a worldly sense, getting back to that chakra system, on a worldly sense, right? If you are focusing your energy and your attention outside of yourself, so much so that it's not allowing you the time and the energy to pour back into you, your root chakra, you're at this part of the funnel, right? And all that physical energy just stirring around, but it has nowhere to move because only the lower parts of your energy centers are open, right? And you're not even grounded because you're not within yourself. That energy is flowing on a physical level, but it's flowing outside of you to what that person said, what that person did, what the celebrity is doing, okay, who won that game, what's happening in the world, what that politician said. Do you feel me? Like all of that is throwing off your energy center, off your energy balance, and it's happening on purpose. Baby, they know exactly what they do. And if they don't, on a like a personal level, like say this is like just like an interaction that you're having with like a family or a friend, and it's trying to pull you, recognizing that the enemy works through the people closest to you to throw you off of your track, to throw you out of alignment, to keep your focus outside of yourself so that you don't elevate, so that you don't heal, so that you don't progress. Don't nobody got time for that, right? So focus up. Pull that energy back into yourself so that you can begin to open that funnel as it's supposed to, right? The same way of like on a spiritual level, right? As I said, this is a spiritual warfare. So if you are constantly focused on the spiritual, you are not grounding yourself here into your own energy, into your own timeline, your own reality, yourself, then you're allowing that funnel to open up like this. And the physical is closed. That the lower chakras are not receiving the energy they need if you're constantly in your mental space, in your emotional space, or just focused on manifesting so hard that you're not grounded or rooted in your own reality, in your own self. It always comes back to yourself. Recognizing that your center chakra, your solar plexus chakra, is about self identity, self love, purpose, right? And so this is the energy center that we're supposed to live from, right? So we're supposed to pull from the root chakra all the way up into the center. We're supposed to pull down from the crown chakra into the center. The energies are supposed to go like this, the top of the funnel and the bottom of the funnel, right? That's why it's like this. The top of the funnel and the bottom of the funnel are open, and here in the center is that solar plexus chakra. This is where all that energy should build up so that you can live and project and radiate from your center chakra, from yourself, honoring yourself. Not only are you grounded and receiving and being present, but you're manifesting and receiving in a spiritual, and you're bringing it all together on some Super Saiyan shit so it could shoot out. Hello? Your most abundant timeline, your most radiant self. It's about authenticity, being grounded in exactly who you are. So even though things are occurring here on the physical level outside of you and you recognize them, I'm not saying like don't pay attention to what's happening. Yes, you can see it. Yes, you can recognize it, but it should never, and I do mean never, throw you off your square. It should never pull you out of body. It should never pull you out of yourself so deeply to where you get out of alignment with your purpose, with your healing, with your evolution, with your growth, right? And recognize that that is literally the purpose of it all. Everything that is occurring outside of yourself is trying to pull you out of body, trying to pull you out of alignment. Okay, ground yourself, right? Pull this way so that you can shoot here, right? From the heart and from the solar plexus, from the center. Live from your heart and radiate authentically, right? Grounding your focus and your energy into yourself, into your own truth, into the reality it is that you know for yourself to be true. 2244 on my timer when I say this. Ground yourself in yourself, in your own authentic truth, and then radiate from that, right? Receiving the downloads, the intuition, the discernment from spirit. Receiving from the physical, stability, things like that, right? You still are a physical vessel, so we have to be here in the physical. And we also need that spiritual intuition guidance, and we bring them together and allow that energy to radiate and transform and transmute right here in the center of ourselves. And this is where we live. And when you're living in the center, from the heart and the solar plexus, you're remaining focused on yourself. Your energy is always within self, from the heart and the solar plexus, baby. Can't nobody take you out of yourself if this is where you're living. If you're too focused up here, your energy is too stuck in the spiritual, it's easy to lose your footing in the physical. If your energy is too stuck in what's going on world-wise, if you're living of the world, that's really what they mean, like I'm living in the world but I'm not of it, right? Is remaining physically grounded within yourself, within your own energy, within your own purpose, within your own flow, in alignment with your highest good, highest self, and highest purpose, and just taking in what is necessary from this physical and releasing the rest because it literally doesn't serve you at all, is what's going to help you navigate this world so beautifully, right? When you're living here in the center, the heart and the solar plexus, when you're radiating from your most authentic self, when your focus comes from collectively receiving from the physical and the spiritual, and then you allow that energy to just culminate here in the center of you, you are in such alignment with yourself Nothing is going to be able to throw you off because you are physically rooted and grounded. But also your third eye is open, your crown is open, you are open to receiving and understanding the subliminal metaphysical messages of the universe. Unstoppable. Unstoppable. Keep your energy flowing, your focus flowing through yourself first. Through yourself first. Do not let whatever external worldly things are occurring to throw you out of body, to throw you out of alignment. That is literally their purpose. And from what I'm hearing at this point, they're doing a pretty good job. I'm here to remind you to bring yourself back into yourself. Bring yourself back into yourself. Radiate and allow your energy to flow here in the heart and the solar plexus. Bring your focus and your energy back into yourself. And I promise you. Sorry, my child is crying. It's nap time. Bring your focus back into yourself. And then move in that alignment through the physical, right? Being present every day from yourself, from your solar plexus chakra. And you will co-create and manifest everything it is that you want to see in this lifetime, because you are creating a balance within yourself first. You're keeping your energy and your focus within yourself first, and everything else that's occurring outside of you is just occurring outside of you, but your energy is balanced within you, so that whatever occurs cannot throw you out of balance. That's the message, y'all. That's the tea time, honey. Okay? If you like this video, share it with somebody you love, and until next time, stay divine.